Now, China's capital Beijing is not in the best of health, but Beijing figures in the top 10 when it comes to air pollution. Beijing is also struggling to curb traffic congestion that drains resources and productivity. Now, in a major step to ease congestion and recurring pollution in Beijing, China has begun the Herculean task of moving the city government offices. The offices will be moved about 100 kilometers away from the capital to Tongzhou district. Already parts of Beijing municipal government offices have been shifted, and state-run media reports are saying that other offices will soon move as well. Beijing is already struggling with overpopulation. Over 21.7 million people live in Beijing, and the government aims to cap the number to 23 million by 2020. The new area that will span 3 counties that sit at the center of the triangular area formed by Beijing, Tianjin and Hebei's provincial capital. China hopes the move will phase out functions from Beijing that are not related to the capital and restructure the urban layout in Beijing as well.
If you see, the government has been planning this for a long time, and slowly and gradually it is moving out all the main or major offices. Like if you see in Beijing, there is only one tax office which remains in the city, in the downtown. Otherwise, most of the tax offices, because there are several tax offices, for foreign correspondents and foreigners, they have to go to a certain place, and in fact, Beijing has so many tax offices. And I got to know about this 10 days ago when I had some work in the tax office, that most of the tax offices have already moved out of the downtown, and they have gone to the Tongzhou and other districts of Beijing. So Beijing has been doing it for a long time. In fact, if you see most of the big markets, wholesale markets, they have already been shunted out. They have already moved out of Beijing. There used to be a very famous, in fact, it used to be called a paradise for women shopping. It was a wholesale market near Beijing Zoo. It no longer exists. Over the past 3-4 years, Beijing has shut over 200 wholesale shopping malls and 495 manufacturing units. This has been done to, first of all, to cap the population, because now Beijing cannot take more people. It's already 22 billion, and by 2020, as you said, the Beijing wants to cap the population by 23 million. So Beijing has its own problems. There's a problem of population. Most of the, since it's rapidly, China is becoming an urban country. More and more people are moving towards Beijing or Shanghai. So Beijing knows sometimes, if you see, it would have been quite chaotic had India or any Delhi or any other city would have issued this diktat. But I would say that I think it's going to happen in a very synchronized and very coordinated manner. And I don't think so there will be a lot of chaos, because here there's no scope of protest. People will have to obey the diktat issued by the Communist Party of China, which rules the country. So yes, there is a lot of pollution in Beijing, and this is one of the big steps by Beijing government and by the Chinese government to move out all the government offices out of Beijing.